Yo, people, and welcome to another episode of Through a Different Lens podcast. I am your co-host, Joe.
And I'm Jacob.
Broski, how are we? How are we?
Alive and well, brother. How are you?
Pardon. Likewise, not bad. Can't complain. I see you did, was it a 5K in Central on the weekend? Obviously, 5K is normal, but
Yeah.
you
It was meant to be a 5K. It turned into a 10K.
right. I knew it would have just have been a 5K.
Yeah, it turned into a 10K. Well, I think it was actually 11, but it turned into a 10K. Strava and the Nightcapper, we don't know which one works. So one of them said 11, one of them said 10. So until they figure it out, we ran somewhere in the middle.
Was it a big group of you that did it, or?
Do you know what? It wasn't, it was for Mandela's brand. Obviously, he's doing his new NRC Fit, not a run club, which is quite funny that we were actually running. But no, it's not actually. It was actually 4 of us actually were running, and then we met up when we were running. We met up with another group of boys that were running. They were running like 12 or 20K.
Right.
And we just joined them and we started having a conversation whilst running. And then we just end up running with them. 2 of them happened to be from near me down south in Croydon area, and the other one happened to be from like North London. So we just end up just being that big run club because we just joined up and then we just ran and spoke, and then we ran to like Tottenham Court Road.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice run, nice on a Sunday. I think I'll be there most weekends.
Fair.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Maybe one day when I dream, I will join you though.
Oh, pace. You could probably join that pace. They were running that.
Yeah. Can't remember last time I ran 5K, let alone 10.
We were running like 5. I think it was like 5:05 pace, which is relatively like it's not quick.
I feel like that's average / above average.
5:05.
Like, so 5 minutes per K basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I see like the non-athlete civilians do as a good time.
Oh, when we were running, I was thinking this is slow. Like that's in my brain. Like we were running and we were like, this is very slow.
Nah. Yeah, this way you need to take your athlete hat off sometimes. And remember, when I see normal people do 5K or non-athletes, sorry, like I see that as a kind of good time. Do you know? Not good time, but it's like, all right, let's get to that kind of timing. Because people generally that are non-athletes that I've spoke to, when they do under 5 minutes per K, that's when they like feel it's more of an achievement, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, no, like 5:05, like it felt like we were talking, we were having full-on conversations whilst running.
Yeah.
So
what? And you did that for the 11K basically?
Yeah, the whole time.
So all right, in a 5K, what do you think is the quickest you could do a 5K?
I could run a 5K in the fastest I've ever run a 5K, 18:49.
Did you like push yourself to say, all right, I'm gonna run the quickest 5K, or you just ran quick that day and that happened to be
it? Was around the track, so it was easier.
Right, fair enough.
It was all on a flat surface. If I'm running in my area, up and down here. Now the fastest I've run a 5K in this area is like 21 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, bare hills and that.
Yeah, just because I'm running up a hill. So like some of my 1 kilometers will be super fast when I'm usually on a flat, but then you can see when I'm elevating. The elevation ones take like 4 minutes and 38 seconds, and then you'll see a whole minute drop off if I'm running on a surface. So yeah, it just depends. But yeah, 4 minutes. Like if I'm around like the 4 minutes, 10, 4 minutes 11 for a per K, I'm like, okay, cool, we're a good pace today. If I'm underneath that, then we're really moving and grooving. But yeah, so 4:11, we're like, yeah, I'm still happy. I'm listening to music and singing my music while I'm running at that point. And then when we drop it down a little, that's when we're...
I'm just singing. After 1K, you think I'm singing? I'm thinking, shit, when is this going to end, bruv?
That pace, though, I think you can run at 5s.
But yeah.
Come through Sundays. Not this Sunday because I'm away, but Sundays, London, will be there. Anyone that wants to join and listening to this, meet us at Hanover Square at 10:15.
You heard him. Not me, but you heard him. Maybe 2027, but not even 26.
Uh,
What you got for us?
is 100 million enough? That is the question on everyone's mouths today.
All right,
Due
but
to
why is that the question though?
because Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., one of my favorite athletes and probably one of most people's favorite athletes growing up, um, for the bravado, for his skill level, for everything he kind of brought to the game of football and sports. He has literally come out and said that 100 million doesn't guarantee generational wealth after taxes because it's really not 100 mil, it's 60 mil. I have sat
Hmm.
there and my brother, 60 mil is still enough.
Yeah,
After, do you
facts.
get what I mean? Because if you give me 10, sorry, don't even give me 10. If you give me 3 million, I can turn that into generational wealth.
Hmm.
So how can you say 100 million is not enough, or 60 million, let's say 60 million, for instance, is not enough? But this all comes back to how you're living,
Mm.
because you know that you're not going to be paid this for the rest of your life. In fact, but you can make yourself pay this for the rest of your life if you want to be. If you put the money in the right areas, obviously risk, but you have more risk factor. You have more risk aversion if you have that money. You can do a lot more
Yeah,
things. You said before you're in specific rooms that make you more money from just being in there. Um, your name itself, who you are, makes you more money. You can monetize off more things. For instance, like those guys could start a YouTube account and get 500,000 subscribers super fast. Do you get what I
yeah,
mean? And then you're just monetizing. It's not the same money you're making in the NFL, but I'm just giving you, I'm just saying options. You have real estate options to invest your money into. Like, I don't see how, me personally, you can't say 60 mil or 100 mil gross is not generational wealth.
yeah. Well, again, like you said, one, it is. That's the first point. And then two is how he's utilized his money, how he's invested his money. And then the flip side to that is how he's just spent his money. Obviously, we don't know his finances, but it could be those things where he made that statement, was it on a podcast or whatever? And then it's now because he's reflecting. It's either two things. He's reflecting because one, that money is not as attainable anymore, and he might have wasted it, or then two, he's probably speaking from a sense of educating everyone that no, I'm fine financially, but
Mm.
it's not enough
Yes.
for generational wealth. So again, obviously, the more money you earn, um, the more like your expectations, your what you buy in terms of what you're accustomed to, especially in terms of that lifestyle. Like he's a brand himself, in it. Like
Mhm.
he can that's why it was weird, like seeing his statement. I didn't see the clip, but I actually saw it, read it, sorry, and I was like, brother, you were like the biggest brand in the NFL for years. Like you were a bigger brand than the quarterbacks.
100%. It was
Like
like he was the guy. And I
he
think
was
he
the
still
face of the NFL.
I think he still might have the most followers out of all NFL players.
Yeah,
Like his reach is crazy. Like as you said, he is a brand. He was the man at Nike for NFL. He had his own shoe. Like what? How many NFL players have their own shoe with Nike?
yeah,
Do you get what I mean? Like he was culture. He was in New York. He was in the right place.
yeah. To
Like
monetize even more. So
yeah,
regardless of the taxes, bro, like you'll make up for it.
man. Like he was literally going to be. And I can't say he didn't. He did what he needed to do in certain aspects. Injuries killed his career,
Mm.
but you can't sit there and say 100 million is not generational when we all know that how many people in this world are going to ever make 100 million in ever. Sorry, how many people ever are
Yeah,
going to ever going to
yeah.
make 100 million?
Yeah, in the context of non-athletes or people that money's not attainable to, it seems like a ludicrous statement to make, innit? You get me? Um, and I think I think I saw he put a tweet up last night. I can't remember the quote or whatever, but it's just like you need to understand why people don't agree with you or why people are pushing back. And I feel
Mm,
like athletes or wealthy people sometimes they're just in a bubble where no, whatever they say is right. Like no one understands it and blah blah blah. That's the impression he was given in terms of that. Like 100 million is generational. Like I'm gonna use his ex teammate as an example, Saquon Barkley. I think obviously after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and then throughout the summer, they were talking. I can't remember what show I was watching, but they were talking about like Saquon's workload in terms of because he won the Super Bowl, how well he performed, how much like extra endorsements he started to get, and just being busy with like different brands and stuff.
Mm.
And then I remember reading something um about Saquon's investments and stuff like all the different things he's been investing in over the years, or like since he came into the league. And these are brands that like we haven't heard of, but their value is so high. Like most of them that I read, I was like, I've never seen it, never read it, never heard of it, anything like that. And I think I saw a quote, if I'm not mistaken, Saquon saying the only reason why he was able to invest in these brands it's because of who he is. Or as an NFL player, he was with the Giants, like Odell was. Um, if he wasn't him, he wouldn't have been in these rooms to meet these people that are kind of niche. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like again, me saying I've not heard of some of these brands, these investments and stuff like that, and I don't think most people had. And it's just like Saquon's money is he's I think he's making more money from his brands and investments than he's making in the NFL. Obviously, he only recently got his
The big
big
deal.
contracts,
Mm.
so his his money is making money. And
Which is what you meant to do.
yeah, like when you're in that position, like I'm not saying everyone that plays for the Giants, but when you're Odell Beckham Jr., you're Saquon Barkley, regardless of how pants the team is, like as long
Yeah,
as you perform, things are coming your like you said, Odell's one of the few players that actually got uh, a shoe by Nike in the NFL. That's very rare.
right. And I know he went to war with Nike and he had his disagreement, but you could have signed. You are the person in the NFL that could have signed a lifetime deal. Do you
Hmm.
get what I mean? Because of your influence on the youth, on people in general. How many people dyed their hair blonde, did the same hairstyle as you? Because of the influence that you had, you could have really blown the game out the water. And he kind of did in certain aspects. But you're now saying this. So how much were you spending, or how much have you been spending all these years
Hmm.
to blow through? I know he hasn't blown through the money. I know he's still financially good. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know he's happy with how much money he's probably still got like 50 mil, but he's probably saying from a perspective, the money doesn't last, which is probably educational, as you said earlier, to the upcoming ones. But he was the guy.
Hmm.
You just said it. You can get in certain rooms when you're somebody, and Odell can get in any room. His best friend is Drake.
Yeah.
Like, if your best friend is Drake, bro, you're now in every room in the world. You're
Hmm.
dealing with a billionaire. Like, there's nothing you can't get into, and that's why I'm saying he's good. That's why I'm saying he's good for life, regardless. But I'm also on the perspective of, bro, you've also dated a Kardashian. Look at the rooms they're in. Like the high profile access you've had with certain people,
Hmm.
do you get what I mean? Like you can't say that 60 mil, 100 mil is not generational, because the opportunities you've had to 10x that money,
Hmm.
others never will see. Do
Hmm.
you get what others dream of?
Facts.
Because you made the catch, because it all came off the catch, because of your skill level, because of what you put in on the field, what you
Hmm.
could have got off the field. Saquon is one that has done it. You see like players, old school players like Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Um, look, they didn't make that much money back in the day, but Keyshawn Johnson, they basically said he owes half of LA. Do you get what I mean?
It's crazy, bro.
You, you saw Magic Johnson. They didn't make the money that you're making in the NBA now. Magic's a billionaire. So you can't sit there and say that certain things aren't generational when you've got the head start before the billionaires that were billionaires now, that were from the same place.
He's even got the head start ahead of his peers because of who, again, everything you highlighted about him. Like, he was the face of the NFL. He
Mm-hmm.
was arguably the most. He was competing with NBA athletes in terms of his exposure and brand to the non-US market. Well, I'd say to the UK market. Like And that's do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't a big NFL fan early on as to the way I am now. Early on in his career, for instance. But because of him, you check in here and there. Like we knew people knew of Odell or knew of the NFL because of Odell partly as well.
Bro.
So
Like,
yeah,
I think like a lot of people think about it. Rana came on, we were speaking about NFL. She said, "Oh yeah, I only know Odell."
literally, yeah, you're right. So
Do you
for
get
our
what I mean?
listeners and viewers, this is when we did our world championships. One of our guests, literally, Jacob just said, she said she only knows of Odell, and we're like, bro, Odell hasn't really been a mainstay in the NFL for probably the last 5 years.
And that's the thing. But everyone still knows Odell Beckham Jr. So that is like the pool he has. And I think like, once he I think he's realized it, but I just don't think the statement's correct. And I don't have the direct statement in front of me to say what he's really said, but obviously what he's been come out and said in a nutshell is you said 100 mil is not enough, but brother, you of all people could have been the one to be a billionaire.
You just say non-quarterback, yeah,
Yeah,
or
like you,
even 500 million.
that there should be you of all people as a wide receiver should have been the one
Mm.
because you were carrying the brand of the NFL on your back. You were in the rooms. You were with
In a
LeBron.
losing team.
Exactly. And then you went to Cleveland, and people were watching the Browns. It's like people watching the Browns now because of Shador. But it's the
Yeah,
same. You know what I mean? Like people are watching games because of you.
and
And then
like
you.
even in Cleveland, right or wrong with him and the Baker Mayfield situation, people sided with Odell because it's Odell.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And all the fashion opportunities. Like before Odell was doing all these things, yeah, like even though he's done a naked shoot with ESPN, which only a few athletes get. It's a mad shoot, but only a few athletes actually get it. He used to do like bare modeling with loads of companies before Odell, and I didn't see NFL players doing it. Like now we see loads of NFL players doing it. Stephon Diggs, and
Mm-hmm.
you get what I mean. You see the NFL players around that. Tyrod Taylor, for instance, around the fashion scene.
Mm-hmm.
But before it was NBA players
Yeah.
and just NBA players alone because their face is out there. Then Odell was like one of the first I saw anyway. It might not have been, but one of the first I saw to be transitioning into everything that's not just American football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fashion, music, culture, mixed in with the sport. Like he had the world literally in his hands. So
Bro, even the French Open, he was with Carlos
Alvarez
Alcaraz, like when
recently,
Alcaraz, do you know what I mean? Like, and wasn't that around obviously the summer they had no the wasn't that around the Paris Fashion Week and stuff like that, or
yeah,
around that time frame? So it's just like because of who you are, you're still not where you should be in those rooms at those tables. What like Odell can shout any superstar in the world and say, "Yeah, let's invest in this," or let's if he put up a good business plan, just for argument's sake, not saying he hasn't. I'm sure most people will be like, "Let's go for it," because of
yeah,
his name.
because off of his likeness, you're gonna probably make money.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the first to take his wage in Bitcoin from the
Yeah.
Rams. Do you get what I mean? Like he has pioneered a load of different things and he's changed the game in how we view it. Dancing celebrations. I know that came from Ocho and back in the day, but he really like brought the fun back into the game.
It's funny you said that. I was watching a video. It might have been this morning or yesterday, or Keon Coleman dancing in the warm up, and I was like, "This was literally spitting Odell." Do you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? You brought up warm ups. Remember, people used to go to watch Odell before the game warm up because of the one handed catches.
Yep.
Do you remember like people go to watch Steph Curry before the game to see the mad shots he makes in the
Yep.
warm up? They used to be going to watch your warm up.
Bro, Pro Bowl. People were watching the warm up because Odell was dancing in the warm up for the
This is
fans.
it. Like,
And like his peers are in awe of him in the warm ups.
I don't think he realizes what he can do. Like with his brand is so big. Like anything. That's why I say anything he says, like that specifically things like that are going to be taken. Like, bro, how can you say that of all people? How can you say that? Because you should be the one that should be up there, up there, up there. You should be making these. You could be making quarterback money off the field each year
Yeah.
whilst you're not playing. You get what I
Right.
mean? You don't need to be in the NFL to play to get this money.
Because now he's eligible back to be playing. Because weren't he serving like a ban?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the
But
Bills might sign him. You never know.
even then, it'll be tough now at 33. But flipping, yeah, it's just obviously again don't know the context as to why he said what he said because I've actually not watched it. I've just read it, and then I know he's put up a response. I don't know if you've got it in front of you or anything. What
The
he happened
tweet,
to say, yeah, on Twitter. I remember seeing something, but it's like, brother.
the
But
tweet.
him just being criticized over this again shows how big of a name he is. He's being criticized on multiple platforms. It's hitting news stations and stuff like that because it's him. Like I'm seeing the Mirror US, BET, Daily Mail, ESPN. Do you know what I mean?
Let some random player say this. No one ain't giving a
No
dash.
one gives a damn, bro.
Okay, yeah, you don't know. You don't know what he's talking about.
That's it.
Odell is 33 out of the NFL right now, saying things, and is still gaining traction. His tweet was, "Boy, you can't say nothing in this world nowadays. That's why I've been in my own lane, my own world, and put away. People have to take shit completely out of context to rationalize a statement in their own head that makes sense to them. What a world."
Mm.
So here's what it is. But
No, it is. I do you know what? I hope instead of him being on, no, I wouldn't even say on the back foot, on the defensive foot. I hope he comes out and explains as to why he said it. Maybe he did when he made the statement in it, but like it'll be good educational wise coming from him as well, because the fact that it's hitting all these outlets, media outlets, newspapers, etc. People are going to be interested as to why it was said or anything he's got to follow up with it, even if he doubles down.
yeah, yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I just feel like when you're that big of a name, everything you say is gonna be scrutinized. And this
Yeah.
is why we always have to give credit to LeBron James because he has never ever done anything out of line. Do you get what I mean? And unless he's wanted to. Like
Yeah,
when he's gone to Stephen A, that's him going at Stephen A. He's wanted to do it. And this is when he's a 41-year-old man. He's saying, bro, everyone, I'm just tired now.
on me, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, but I hope Odell can have his day back in the league. I don't know. Hey,
Yes, it's tough. It's tough.
he can make a few good. Hey, the Ravens are usually the team that will take Tennessee. Tennessee would take him.
I
Tennessee
mean,
like
the
to take.
Ravens had him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but maybe bring him back just for one last hurrah.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, I would say the Panthers, but yeah,
Mate, any team that does it will probably be a losing team and do it for butts on the seats because he'll
yeah,
be able to.
The Titans should do it.
Yeah, no, or the Saints. He's from Baton Rouge, so
Yeah, it's true. I'm surprised he never actually went there because Jarvis Landry went back there, didn't he?
yeah,
That's
but
another one.
LSU guys did it.
Yeah, that's another one that kind of fell out of the NFL weirdly.
Weird. I was thinking of this in the off season at some point. I don't know why we didn't speak about it. I was like, why is Jarvis Landry still not in the league?
Because it's not like he fell off,
Yeah,
He didn't fall off at all. But then it's just like he can't get a job anywhere. And I was like, what the hell? Even the other one, a guy that was at the Saints, and I can't remember his name, and I should.
Michael
Used to wear
Thomas.
yes. He had an unbelievable year, and then it just went to shit.
Bro, he's if I'm not mistaken, he's got the most receiving yards in a 5 year span or in the first 5 years in the NFL. And either someone's just picked it or I think Justin Jefferson's compete. I can't remember. I remember seeing Michael Thomas's name pop up for some stat.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what went on.
Let me actually. God, Landry's only very very.
He just dropped out of the NFL. So odd.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Well, Michael Thomas still holds the NFL record for most receptions in the season.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, it was Michael Thomas was more so much injury and stuff like that, but like Landry, when I was like, he
He,
can
has,
still play. Maybe they thought 33, not
he ain't played
anymore.
since he was 30, you know? He ain't played since 2022.
Landry,
Yeah.
he,
But
yeah,
I said that the drop out of the league was so odd. It was like he was at the Saints. I remember he didn't get picked up in the offseason from
mm,
leaving the Browns. And he was at the Saints for that 1 year. And the Saints being the Saints, I'm sure this is the year then Drew Brees retired and Jameis was playing quarterback for them. And it's just the Saints were just being the Saints. They weren't great. And then that was it. And I was like, he's serviceable for a team still, you know. I was in my head, that's what I kept on thinking. I was thinking, he is good enough to be somewhere.
mm, yeah. For you to say what 2 3 years, that's actually imagine, huh? Flipping
Because he
out.
just dropped out the league just so odd. And I didn't really understand it. I didn't even understand why the Browns released him because he was their one. He was actually their number one receiver.
I mean, the Browns then they don't really they're known to not make the best of decisions, are they? So, hey,
Mm.
where
It's
anyway,
weird.
Odell, I hope you come out and give us something. Do you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, no, it's interesting that he did say that. Just give me 100 mil and I'll show you I can make it generational wealth, even if I have no idea as to why right now. But yes,
Uh,
give me 5 mil a year for 5 years, and yeah,
oh, bro,
yeah.
I tell you.
Song of the week.
Yes. You know, it's funny. I ain't even been listening to music much. I've just been listening to podcasts as of recently.
I can go then.
Yeah, go on.
Mine is Hayakaya, by Kent Phonic and Kenzie. Old school, housey
Yeah,
vibes.
mm-hmm. The
Yes,
Rocco remix, the Paolo Rocco remix. I
yes.
wanna know where you've been. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a big.
I don't know where you been, who you been with. All I
Oh,
want is
for
for
you.
you to come home. Baby, are you hearing? All I want is you to come home.
You know what? I said I haven't been listening to music. I have been. I've just been listening to like literally old school rap. I went for a period of time where I listened to like 60s and 70s music only for
Mm,
like 2 weeks. And I've
I
just been
said
listening to
60s and 70s.
yeah. When I tell you I was going way back, I was literally going way back. As
Mm.
Donny Half way back. Um but my song is Guess Who's Back by Scarface. Jay-Z is on the track, Kanye West is on the production, and let me tell you, it might be one of the greatest beats I've ever heard.
Them
That's
said
Kanye.
Scarface, I haven't heard that name in so long.
Guess Who's
Yeah,
Back.
yeah, okay. Sweet. That is our song of the week. For some reason, it feels like we ain't done song of the week for a while. Um,
Yeah.
it just feels like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. But yes, that is our pod episode for the week. I will do that. Just tell a friend to tell a friend.
I will say like and subscribe as always.
Like, subscribe, hit those buttons and those comments, and give us topics as well. Because yes, as you can see, we're versatile. But yeah, thank you all for listening, tuning in. We really appreciate it. Get me, and it is time to say sayonara. Peace.
Take care of yourselves. Have a good week.
Cheers.
Yes, up the Arsenal.
Wow. For a minute, I thought you were leaving out. I was like, up your ass. And then I was like, what did the audience do to you, bro?
Take care. Thank you for listening.